How's it going, everybody? Here with the Week 1 NFL recap. We're back for this is the third year I'm doing this now, right? Third season of NFL recap. It's the NFL. Things happen in Week 1. Blown leads. Upsets. Well, there wasn't a ton of upsets. But a few, I feel, maybe one or two. Blown leads, heartbreakers, the usual. Coaches are on the hot seat. Teams are frauds. Teams are done after one quarter. Got it here on the iPad. Now we're going to get to see the battle between the NFL recap and the Premier League recap. Not until next week, because Premier League did not play this weekend. I was told. International break. But next week they will be dueling one after another. Like next week, Premier Recap's going to probably be on the Monday, because there's no Monday games, and then NFL come Tuesday. And then it will be kind of changed, because I saw that the Premier League sometimes will play Tuesday, Wednesday, so those days will change. The NFL is going to always be on Tuesday. Anyway, we'll start with the Thursday game. Defending champs Eagles beat the Cowboys 24-20. Micah Parsons was traded to the Packers like maybe 3 or 4 days before the season started. I think they got a couple first rounders and a decent player in return. But the Eagles win 1-0. Dallas is 0-1. This was in Philly. We'll do the Dallas stats first. Prescott 21-34, buck 88, no TDs, no picks. He's not sacked. Javonte Williams, former Bronco, 54 yards and 2 TDs. Nice little game for him. I mean, he only ran 15 times. Miles Sanders goes 453 running as well. CeeDee Lamb 7 for a buck 10 on 13 targets. I saw he dropped apparently a couple of passes as well. Oh, 1 second. CeeDee Lamb had a couple of drops, apparently. George Pickens, he is new. He came over from the Steelers. Was he just cut by the Steelers? They trade him 3 for 30. Miles Sanders loses a fumble. Nealand has a sack, the only sack of the game. Their kicker, Aubrey, does go 2 for 2 with a long of 53. Where did it's Williams, Javonte Williams is the only guy getting TDs. Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts, 19-23, buck 52, no TDs, no picks. He rushes for 62 yards and 2 TDs. Barkley has 60 yards rushing and a TD. No receiving TDs this game. Dotson leads the way with 59 yards receiving for the Eagles. They have no sacks, so this is just a tight game. Elliott hits a 58-yard field goal. But Eagles win. Game 1, Dallas off to an 0-1 start. They're done. They didn't look bad either outside of some things. I mean, Then there was a Friday game, which I didn't know about until Friday came along. And this was streaming on YouTube as well. I watched a little bit of it. Not much, but the Chargers beat the Chiefs 27-21 in Brazil. It's funny, I saw right before the half, I think the Chargers had kicked a field goal, but a rookie back ran out of bounds, right? Of course, because you're playing the Chiefs and teams just, mistakes, right? For some reason. And they were like, oh God, because then they kicked the field goal, but they left like 45 seconds for The Chiefs, they were down 13-3 at the point, the Chiefs, at that point. And I was like, Chiefs going to win this game. Immediate, mistake, rookie mistake, just whoops. And the Chiefs did get a field goal to make it 13-6, but they didn't win. I was surprised by that. Usually last year, they probably would have won. Chargers do win 27-21. Mahomes, 24-39, 258 and a touchdown, no picks. He's sacked twice. Mahomes leads the way rushing with 57 yards. They only run for 98 yards as a team, only on 17 carries. He has a rushing TD as well. Hurts. Hollywood Brown has 10 catches for 99 yards. Kelsey has the receiving TD. Apparently Kelsey, I guess him and, was it Worthy, ran into each other or something. And the other guy's hurt now. He's dislocated his shoulder or some shit. They got 2 sacks from Tranquil, a sack from Karlaftis, 3 sacks as a team, 59-yard field goal for Butker. He was 3 for 3, and he kicked that one before the half. That was quick too, I think. It was like a quick boom boom. Justin Herbert, nice game, 318, 3 TDs, no picks. He is sacked 3 times. They only run the ball for 90 yards, the Chargers. The Chiefs still have a good defense. Quentin Johnston, 79 yards on 5 catches, 2 TDs. Keenan Allen back with the Chargers, and he gets a touchdown, 68 yards on 7 catches. McConkey has 6 for 74. Was there no turnovers in this game? No. Their kicker, Dicker, he's 2 for 2 on the field goals as well. So Chargers get a nice... Somebody actually gets a win. I think Mahomes has now 4 or 5 total losses against the AFC West in 10 years or whatever. It's been 8 years. You're seeing it though. Even though they go 15-2, the AFC West is actually starting to improve now. The other teams might actually put up a fight instead of being either just garbage or just not capable or having the experience to win tight games, which the Chiefs have, although they actually surprisingly lose this one. Their own one, Chargers want to know, obviously. And now we're on to Sunday. Oh, the Bucs ended up winning this game, huh? No, were they always winning? I think it's something else. Buccaneers beat the Falcons 23-20. I want to say I thought I saw the Falcons were winning this game. Let me see. Come on. $23-20. How did this go? I want to see because it did have a lead, right? Come on. This iPad is putting along. No, Atlanta was 10-10, 10-3. I have to think something else. I was thinking of something else. We're another year ago completely. And that was in Atlanta. Baker Mayfield, a buck 67, 17-32, 3 TDs, no picks. He sacked once. He runs for 39 yards to lead the way. Irving has 37 yards rushing. 101 as a team. Now here's the first name I'm not going to be able to pronounce. Egbuka. Number 2, 4 for 67, 2 TDs receiving. Oh, they have Sterling Shepard. Mike Evans, 51 yards receiving. Bucky Irving has a receiving TD. Reddick has the 1 sack for the Bucs. Their kicker misses a field goal, 1 of 2, and he misses an extra point as well. That hurt the Browns, I believe, completely. We'll get to that soon. Penix Jr., 298. A touchdown, no picks. He sacked 1 time. They only run for 69 yards as a team. Algier has 24 yards rushing. Robinson, 24 yards rushing. Penix Jr. has a rushing TD. You're going to see a lot of rushing TDs from the quarterbacks all season. There was last year, too. These poor running backs are stop hogging all the TDs. Robinson has 100 yards receiving on 6 catches and a TD. Pitts Sr. has 59 yards receiving on 7 catches. A sack as a team, Bowman Jr. and Diablo split that sack. Their kicker's 2 for 3. Coup. So they split the difference. Although the Bucs guy had 4 missed points. Atlanta's kicker only had 3, so 23-20. Buccaneers. They did win the division last year, right? They won it like a couple years in a row, I believe. Bengals beat the Browns 17-16. Bengals want to know. Browns 0-1. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I will continue to. Because we all know it's the first week. Burrow, this game, there's not much going on here. Burrow, 113 yards, a TD, no picks. He sacked 3 times. Chase Brown has 43 yards, rushing and a TD. Wow, they didn't even have 200 yards in total offense, the Bengals. Is the Browns D sick? I don't know. I know they have Myles Garrett, but... Higgins, 33 yards receiving. Noah Fant, the former Bronco. He was part of the Russell Wilson trade when he went to Seattle. Now he's on... I didn't know he was on the Bengals till just now. He has the receiving touchdown. Chase has only 26 yards receiving. They get sacks from B.J. Hill, Hendrickson. They do have 2 picks. We finally have some picks. Turner the second and Jordan Battle. Their kicker hits his field goal. Flacco, 290, a TD, 2 picks. He sacked it 2 times. They run the ball for 49 yards as a team on 24 carries. Not even 2 yards a carry. The TD comes from Sanders. Sampson leads the way with 29 yards rushing. Jerry Jeudy, the former Bronco, 66 yards receiving. Tillman has the receiving TD. He's spreading the ball around here. 8 catches for Sampson, 64 yards. Fannin Jr., 7 for 63. Tillman, 5 for 52. They get sacks from McGuire and 2 from Myles Garrett, so he showed up. And I know their kicker missed a field goal and an extra point. That was in the game. Bengals, I thought their offense was sick. I guess it's only week 1. They're frauds. So Bengals escape with a win. Everybody, Browns fans, and everybody's like, classic Browns, snatching the loss from the jaws of victory or whatever. This one was a little bit of a surprise. Colts destroy the Dolphins 33-8 in Indy. 1-0 Colts, 0-1 Dolphins. Come on. This iPad is slow. I think it's running out of steam. Tua, a $114, a TD, 2 picks. He sacked 3 times. Zach Wilson comes in and goes 5 for 8 for 32 as well. They have 78 yards rushing as a team. Devon, I always say this guy's last name wrong. He has 55 yards. Only on 7 carries. Tyreek Hill, 40 yards receiving. The same back has a receiving TD. Tua loses a fumble. They get a sack from Chubb. Bradley Chubb, I think was he not? They traded him. Denver traded him. Wow, the Bronco guys all over the place. He was pretty solid. They traded him, I think, for a 2nd-round pick. That was a couple of years ago, though. They have no kicking because they went for 2 on their touchdown. Daniel Jones coming over from the Giants. 22-29, 272. TD, no picks. He sacked once. They run the ball for $156 as a team. Once again, quarterback. Daniel Jones has the 2 rushing TDs. Jonathan Taylor has 71 yards rushing. Pittman Jr. 80 yards receiving and a TD. Tyler Warren, 76 yards receiving on 7 catches. Cross has a sack. Moore, the second, has a sack. Number 52 has a sack. I'm not saying his last name because I don't know how. Bynum and Latu have picks. Their kicker was 4 for 4, Schrader, on field goals and 3 of 3 on extra points. So he got a lot of work. Nice win for Indy, though. Denver plays them next week. In Indy, too, maybe? I think it is in Indy. So the Dolphins for all, I don't think a lot of people had, because I know the Dolphins defense is pretty bad. Their corners are terrible, but they still have a decent O. Raiders beat the Patriots 20-13. In New England, 1-0, 0-1. Come on, this laptop is, this laptop, this iPad is really chugging along. I end up having to use the phone. 2013 Raiders. Yeah, this thing is struggling, my God. I might have to switch over to the phone. This one, I don't know why it's struggling. It could be the internet is being a pain in the ass. No surprise. Geno Smith for the Raiders, 362, a TD and a pick. He's sacked 4 times. The rookie, Janty, 38 yards on 19 carries and a touchdown rushing. Brock Bowers, 103 yards on 5 catches receiving. Trey Tucker has a receiving touchdown. Jacoby Myers, 8 for 97. Receiving. They get sacks from Wilson, Kuntz, Lalu, and Crosby. Not Sydney. Polamalu has a pick. Their kicker is 2 for 3 with a long of 51 on the field goals, 2 extra points. Drake May, 30-46, 287, a TD and a pick for the Patriots. He sacked 4 times. They run the ball in the 18. No, but not a lot of great rushing games yet. They run 18 for 60 as a team. Henderson has 27 yards rushing to lead the way. Keyshawn Boot, 6 catches for 103 yards receiving. Henry, 66 yards receiving. Demario Douglas has the receiving touchdown. He has 2 catches for -2 yards. 2.5 sacks for Landry III, 1 for Hawkins. Another half sack for Jason. Hawkins has a pick as well. Two for 3 for their kicker. I don't know how to say this guy's last name. So the Pats, not a great game at home. A lot of people thought they were going to be terrible. The Raiders get a win, though, in week 1. Cardinals beat the Saints 20-13 in New Orleans. 1-0, 0-1. Oh, I'm losing a lot of minutes here with this fucking slow-ass fucking computer. I mean, whatever the fuck this is. iPad. Kyler Murray, $163, 21-29. 2 touchdowns, no picks. He's sacked 5 times, though. They run for $146 as a team. 69 yards for Benson to lead the way on 8 carries. Marvin Harrison Jr., 5 catches, 71 yards and a TD. McBride has 6 catches, 61 yards. James Conner has the other receiving TD. Browning has the 1 sack for the Cardinals. Ryland, 2 for 3 on field goal attempts for the Cardinals. Spencer Rattler, 27-46, 214 yards, no TDs, no picks. He sacked 1 time. Kamara has 45 yards rushing and a TD. Juwan Johnson, 8 catches, 76 yards to lead the way for New Orleans. They have the last sacks. They got Werner with a sack. Granderson and Cameron Jordan have a sack and a half apiece. Taylor has the other sack. Their kicker's 2 for 3 as well on field goal attempts. Just another game similar to Denver's that will be coming up. This is an exciting game. I feel like there wasn't a lot of exciting games, at least to me. Steelers beat the Jets 34-32 in Jersey, not New York, in East Rutherford. Rodgers has a nice opening game for the Pittsburgh Steelers as their QB, 244, 4 TDs, no picks. He is sacked 4 times. They only rushed the ball for 53 yards as a team, with Warren leading the way with 37. Metcalf has 83 yards receiving. Austin III has a receiving TD. Skronik has a receiving TD. Waring has a receiving TD. And Smith has a receiving TD for the Steelers. Highsmith has a sack. The only sack. Their kicker's 2 of 2 with a long of 60. First 60-yard field goal for the season. The guys hit him all the time now. I remember when Jason Elam, I think the record was like 61 yards, or 60 or 61, and Elam hit a 62-yarder against the Jags. I think it was the 98 season. It was after their first Super Bowl, they would win the next Super Bowl as well. And it was a huge deal. He hit a 60, I think it might have been the first game of the season. It was at the end of the half. And now guys are popping 60, 62ers like it's no problem. Was the record now like 63, 64? Steroids, maybe? But he goes 2 for 2 with a 60-yarder, Boswell. Jets have a nice game. This is a tight game. Justin Fields, 16 of 22, 2 TDs, 218 yards, a TD, no picks. Breece Hall has 107 yards rushing. Justin Fields rushes for 2 touchdowns as well. Once again, the quarterback's hogging all their TDs. Garrett Wilson has 95 yards receiving and a TD. Gibson loses a fumble. They get sacks from two Williams, Quincy, and Quinnen. That's interesting. Are they related? I only say that because their last name's the same and their first names are close. Like I'd see the family saying, "You're Quincy, you're Quinnen." I have to see this. You know what? It's not letting me. McDonald the fourth has 2 sacks as well. Nick Folk 2 for 2 field goals, 50-yarder. Honestly, the Jets, of course, are going to lose that game because of the Jets. But promising game for them, though, offensively. Although their pass defense got pretty shredded. Steelers 1-0, Jets 0-1. Good start for Rodgers as well, for Pittsburgh. Commanders beat the Giants 21-6. I thought they were going back to the Redskins. You hear things. I'll, throughout the year, be either calling them Washington, I'll be calling the Redskins, or the Commanders, whatever is in my head first. Russell Wilson, 17 of 37 for $168, no TDs, no picks. He sacked twice. Giants. He leads the way with 44 yards of rushing for the Giants as well. Nabbers. I think it's Neighbors. 71 yards receiving, 5 TDs. Robinson has 55 yards receiving. 2 sacks for Brian Burns, Mr. Burns. And a half sack apiece for Carter and Thibodeau. Their kicker's 2 for 2. Long of 55. Not much going on for the Giants here. Daniels for Washington, 233 yards. Passing a TD, no picks. He sacked 3 times. Krosky Merritt, 82 yards rushing and a TD. Here we go. 220 yards rushing as a team for the Redskins, Commanders, Washington football team. That was a stupid. Remember they just called the Washington football team for that 1 year? They should call every team just the football team. Football team versus football team. Daniels adds another 68 yards rushing. Deebo Samuel, he's fresh from the 49ers, right? 7 catches for 77 yards. Zach Ertz has the receiving touchdown. He's still going at it. Sacks from Payne and Armstrong. Their kicker has 3 extra points. No field goal attempts. Just a kind of basic game here. Redskins get it done. 21-6. Kind of just a game where they only went 21-6, but they kind of dominated. They're going to be good. Again. Jags beat my hometown. I'm not a Panthers fan. I'm a New York native who likes the Broncos. Yeah, it makes sense. You know, who now lives in North Carolina. Jags beat the Panthers 26-10. I was looking at the Panthers Instagram. They were kind of like, oh God, here we go. Bryce Young, a $154 passing on 18 of 35, a TD, 2 picks. He sacked once for Carolina. Hubbard, 57 yards rushing to lead the way. Hubbard also has a receiving TD. McMillan leads the way with 5 catches for 68 yards. Bryce Young fumbles once. No sacks for the Panthers. Horn has a pick. Their kicker's 101, long of 48. Jags. Trevor Lawrence, $178, a TD and a pick. Not sacked. Etienne Jr., 143 yards rushing on 16 carries. So we have another team here hitting 200 yards. They have 32 carries for 200 yards. The rushing TD goes to Brian Thomas Jr. Tank Bigsby, it's a great name, has 12 yards rushing. Brenton Strange has 59 yards receiving. Travis Hunter, the rookie, 6 for 33. 6 catches, 33 yards. A sack from Smoot. Picks from Lewis and Olokun. I don't know if I said that right. I guarantee I didn't. Their kicker's 4 for 4 with a long of 47. And he hit both his extra points. Another game that comes and goes. I might try to get to a Panthers game if my fiance's interested. Try to get to a Panthers game. Or maybe her fiance. My fiance. Her cousin. Who's also in. And his wife are also in North Carolina. Maybe interested. I don't know. Or a Hurricanes game or something. Or a Hornets game. Wait. They're the Bobcats. They used to be the Hornets. And then they left. And then they were in New Orleans. And then they turned to the Pelicans. And now they're the Bobcats. Let's call them the Hornets again. They don't call them the Hornets again, do they? Shit. Do they actually call them the Hornets again? I gotta look this up. Are they still just the Bobcats? Or did they turn back to the... Are they back to the Hornets again? Good. God, how long have they been the Hornets again for? Do they have to become the Hornets after the Hornets turn to the Pelicans in New Orleans? I don't know. It's too weird. But yeah, nice little win for the Jags. They both came in together at the same time, right? As expansion teams. 93 or something, 94. Or was it even 95? Broncos, my Broncos. I have a stake in the team. I'm a minority owner. I have 1% of the Broncos. A lot of people don't know that, but I have 1% ownership in the Broncos. I threw in a couple of bucks. I popped up. I'm like, here you go. They beat the Titans 20-12. This game was not. I was getting annoyed. I was like, oh, expectations for Denver now. And they're going to lose game 1 to the Titans in Denver. But their D was incredible because it should have been. The Titans don't have an offense. They got a rookie QB now. Cam Ward, 12 for 28, 112 yards. He sacked 6 times. No TDs, no picks for the Titans. Pollard has 60 yards rushing. They have 71 as a team. Pollard leads the way with 29 yards receiving on a catch. Ridley has 4 catches, 27 yards. Pollard loses a fumble. Ward loses a fumble. They get a sack from Simmons. They do get 2 picks from Woods and McCreary. Their kicker was 4 for 4 on the field goals. He provided all the points. Denver's D looked great. Offense was a little... They made a couple of plays here and there, but they need to get a little better on the O. Bo Nix, 176 yards passing. He has a TD and he has the 2 picks. Although I heard apparently the first pick wasn't his fault. I didn't see it. I'm going by the Broncos Instagram. He sacked him one time. Harvey has 6 carries for 70 yards. They run for $151 as a team. Dobbins has 63 yards rushing and a TD. Sutton has 61 yards receiving, 6 catches and a TD. Troy Franklin, 4 catches, 44 yards. Nix also loses a fumble, and Mims Jr. loses a fumble. They turn the ball over 4 times here. Not good. But they get sacks from 6 different dudes. Number 40, it's like a name. It's like Strad. Benito has a sack. He has a sack. Jonah Ellis has a sack. Cooper has a sack. McMillan has a sack. Allen has a sack. Their kicker, Lutz, is 2 for 2 on the field goals. Great defensive showing, as it should have been. Offensively, they need to shore it up. They ran the ball pretty well, and they started to run the ball better in the second half. But a win's a win, as they say. Stop spazzing out. 49ers beat the Seahawks 17-13 in Seattle. 1-0, 0-1. Purdy might be hurt. I don't know. 277, 2 TDs, 2 picks. He sacked once. McCaffrey, 69 yards rushing. Purcell, 108 yards receiving on 4 catches. McCaffrey has 9 catches for 73 yards. Kittle and Tongs have receiving TDs. He was the backup, number 88, the Jake guy. Because Kittle got hurt. He was like the third string tight end, gets the game-winning TD, I think. Sacks from Nick Bosa, that's it. Their kicker's 1 of 3 field goals. Sam Darnold, 250 yards, no TDs, no picks. He sacked once. For the Seahawks, Charbonnet, 47 yards rushing to TD. Smith, number 11. I'm not going to be able to say that second part of his last name. 124 yards. They have Cooper Kupp. 9 catches, 124 yards. As I go soft-spoken. The guy receiver still fumbles twice, loses one. Darnold loses a fumble as well. Sacks from Love, 1. Ernest Jones, the 4th, and Job each have picks. Their kick is 2 of 2. Another kind of game. A lot of just games this weekend. Where you're just like 21 to 6, 20 to 13, 20 to 12, 17 to 13. The best game was the Monday night game, which we'll get to. But 49ers win. Packers beat up on the Lions 27 to 13 in Green Bay. I think it's just a touch screen, actually. That's not getting it done as I continue to hit on this, and it puts along. Everything's putting along. I'm trying to keep this under 40 minutes, too. I'm trying to do that, too, with the Premier League stuff also. The first week, I think I did, and then the next 2, I think, popped over 40. Goff, 31 to 39, 225 yards, TD is a pick. He's sacked 4 times. They only run the ball 46 yards, with Montgomery leading the way at 25 yards rushing. Laporta, 79 yards, receiving on 6 catches. St. Brown, 4 for 45. Tesla? Is that really said Tesla or Tesla? He has the receiving touchdown. No sacks. Their kicker's 2 for 2. They don't even turn the ball over. No, they did. Goff had a pick. Love, 188 yards, 2 TDs, no picks. He's not sacked. Jacob, 66 yards, rushing and a TD. Daubs, 68 yards receiving. Reed and Kraft had receiving TDs. They get a sack and a half from Gary. Van Ness has a half sack. Wyatt and Parsons each have a sack. So Micah Parsons comes over and gets a sack. Evan Williams has a pick. Their kick, McManus, former Bronco, 2 for 2. And Matt Prater, former Bronco, is on the Bills kicker now too. And I think he was an emergency kicker because their kicker got hurt or something. So he came to the team that day or some shit for the Monday Night Football. Nice win for the Packers though. A lot of people think the Lions are going to be that team that all of a sudden sucks, so I don't know. Rams beat the Texans 14 to 9. This is the last Sunday day game. This is in LA. Stroud, $188, no TDs and a pick. He's sacked 3 times. Chubb, 60 yards rushing to lead the way. Higgins, 30 yards receiving to lead the way. A lot of guys get catches here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8 guys have catches. Dare, I'm not going to be able to say his last name either, has a fumble. He loses a fumble. They get sacks from Tutu or Toa. Anderson Jr. gets a sack. These guys, man. Come on. Smith, Davis. Those should be the last names. Donald, Smith, Davis. There's a Smith here. Hunter, Lassiter. Young. This should all be last names. Turner. Keep it simple, guys. Come on. 3 for 3 for that kick with a long 53. Fairburn. Stafford, 245. TD, no picks for the Rams. He sacked 3 times. Kyron Williams, 66 yards rushing and a TD. Puka has 10 catches for 130 yards. Allen has the receiving TD. Parkinson loses a fumble for the Rams. Rams get sacks from 3 different players. Durant has a pick. Their kicker does not get any field goals, just 2 extra points. Another game, Rams win 14 to 9. Let's get to the Sunday night game. No, wait. Sorry, the Sunday night game. The Monday night game, I'm thinking the Sunday night game is the Monday night game. This Sunday night game is the best game. Bills beat the Ravens 41 to 40 on a they were down like 16 points or some shit, or 15 points with like 3 minutes left. And I went to the Ravens Instagram page. They're like, here we go again. Fire Harbaugh. Ravens doing what they do best. Lamar Jackson, 209 yards, 2 TDs, no picks, 2 sacked twice. Henry has 169 yards rushing and 2 TDs, but he had a crucial fumble at the end of the game. Lamar Jackson has a rushing touchdown. They run for ball for 238 yards. Flowers, 7 catches, 143 yards and a TD. DeAndre Hopkins has a receiving TD as well. Henry loses that fumble. Number 92 has the 1 sack. Their kicker was 2 for 2. Loop with a long 52. Josh Allen, 394 yards. 2 TDs, no picks. He sacked the 1 time. Cook, 44 yards. Rushing and a TD. Josh Allen has 2 rushing touchdowns as well. Coleman has 2 receiving TDs. 8 catches, 112 yards. Kincaid has the other receiving TD. They get sacks from Oliver and Williams. This was an exciting game. I was looking at the score and then watching some of the game cast on ESPN. I was like, well, Ravens are going to start beating them up, but the Bills hung in there and ended up winning at the end. That's a big win for them. Bad loss for the Ravens, because that was in Buffalo, I believe. Yeah. Because they're the same thing. They're like, oh, the Ravens are snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Because that's a heavyweight battle in the AFC. That's the battle to see who's going to lose to the Chiefs in the playoffs. But yeah, that was an exciting game, though, I'll tell you. And then Monday Night Football, Vikings have a comeback and win 27-24 on the Bears in Chicago. I think they were down 11 at a point. Nothing crazy, but gotta win those games. McCarthy in his first start for the Vikings, 2 TDs, a pick, 143 yards. He's sacked 3 times. He rushes for a touchdown as well. Mason runs for 68 yards. Jones Sr. has a receiving TD, and Justin Jefferson has a receiving TD. Each of them have 44 yards receiving. 2 sacks for Hargrave, the only 2. 2 for 2 for their kicker with a long of 59. Caleb Williams, 210, a TD, no picks. He sacked it 2 times. He runs for 58 yards and has the rushing TD. Swift has 53 yards receiving on 17 carries. Moore leads the way for the Bears with 68 yards receiving. Dunze has a receiving TD. DJ Moore loses a fumble. They get a sack from 3 different guys. They had a interception return for a touchdown, right? A pick for 74 yards, and it's a TD. Their kicker misses a field goal, 1 of 2. It was a comeback win. I believe they were down 17-6 maybe or something. Let's see how this went on the play-by-play. Yeah, they were down 17-6 going into the 4th, the Vikings. So, and then they missed the field goal, the Bears. That would have given a 26 lead. Wow, yeah, they went nuts. Yeah, the Vikings in the 4th quarter scoring 3 TDs. But yeah, that is the Week 1 recap. Here, I'm not going to go over the games for next week. I don't feel like it, and I just closed the iPad. We're back, though. NFL recaps, it's going to be a lot. NFL, Premier League. I want to see head-to-head battles. I want to see them both viewing well. I want to see you guys talking shit to each other. Okay. But yeah, Week 1 in the season, how'd your team do? Give this comment. I can't even say it right when I actually do it. Give this video a like, 39 minutes into the video. I'll probably start, I don't know if I will scratch that for now. Maybe next week I'll put the timestamps. Maybe I'll do it now. But yeah, we're back. NFL's back. Week 1 recap. It feels like I just did the Super Bowl recap 2 weeks ago. But thanks for checking this out.